Good morning to all of you. Our next point 14.7 mean free path. We have already discussed the definition of mean free path. Once again we have to see what is the definition of mean free path. The average distance traveled by an atom or molecules before colliding the other atoms is called as mean free path, or the average distance traveled by an atom between two successive collision is called as mean free path. Okay, now see here what is this definition means. Okay, now consider in a container. Now this is the container. Inside that container many gas molecules are present. Okay, these are many gas molecules are present. Now these gas molecules, now suppose these gas molecules collides on the other gas molecules. Now these gas molecules collides on the other gas molecules. Okay, then we have to take average of this. Okay, the average distance of all that such collisions. Then this average distance of all such collisions means the average distance traveled by these molecules will means before colliding the others. Such a distance is known as a mean free path. Okay, means these molecules collides on the other, then before colliding whatever the distance traveled, we are taking average of such a distance, then such a average is known as mean free path. Means the average distance traveled by the atom before colliding the other atom is called as mean free path. Okay, now suppose this is the first collision. Okay, now after that these molecules travel here and colliding on the other, then the average distance traveled between the first collision and second collision, this distance is also known as mean free path. Means the average distance traveled by the atoms, okay, traveled by the atom between the two successive collision. Okay, between the two successive collisions. Successive collision means the first collision and second collision. That two collisions are successive collision. Second collision and third collision are successive collision. Fourth collision and fifth collision are successive collision. Successive collision means one after another. Means the average distance traveled by the atom between two successive collision. This is known as mean free path. This is known as a mean free path. Okay, now consider a gas molecule. Now consider a gas molecules of diameter d. Consider a gas molecules of diameter d. Okay, now consider this is the gas molecules having its diameter is d, which is moving in that direction. Now this is the diameter d. Now other gas molecules here and other gas molecules here. Okay, means when these gas molecules, okay, travel, if the other gas molecules are within the range of the diameter, then and then only these gas molecules will be collides on the other. Now suppose the another gas molecule is here. Okay, now these gas molecules are not in the range of the diameter, then this gas molecule will not collide on this gas molecule. Consider a gas molecules of diameter d. Okay, and that gas molecules diameter d moving with the average velocity, moving with the average velocity, moving with the average velocity v. Okay, this is the v average. Okay, moving with the average velocity v. Okay, and travels a distance d is given by travels a distance d in time delta t is given by okay, consider a gas molecules of diameter d moving with the average velocity v and travels a distance d in time delta t is given by, okay, the distance traveled the distance is nothing but velocity into time. Therefore, the distance d is equal to, velocity is average velocity v and time is delta t. Okay, time is delta t. Okay, now these gas molecules will be collides. These gas molecules will be collides on the other gas molecules, on the other gas molecules, if that gas molecules are within the range of the diameter d. Means in that path, when they are traveling in a path, if the center to center distance between that molecules and other gas molecules is d, then and then only that gas molecules will be collides on the other gas molecules. Otherwise, the collision will not be happen. Therefore, it swipes. Of an area A. Okay, means the gas molecules will be swaps, means travels. Okay, swaps of an area A. Okay, therefore the volume of that atoms swaps out. Therefore, volume that an atom swipes out, therefore volume is equal to area into distance. Okay, therefore what is the area swipes out and area A? Therefore volume occupied by that molecules V is equal to area into, then what is the distance? Distance is average velocity into delta t. Average velocity into delta t, or we have to say as dt. Okay, this is nothing but average velocity into dt. Average velocity into dt. Distance traveled by that molecules is average velocity into t, and area swipes out of that molecules is A. Therefore volume that an atom swipes out and volume V is equal to A into average velocity into delta t, or d. Okay, within that volume the gas molecules will be collides on the other, otherwise it can't be collides. Okay, then next, therefore we know that the volume is equal to, what is the area of that molecules? What is the area of that molecules? Area is nothing but pi r square. Okay, or that is the area is equal to pi r square. Therefore area of that molecules, the diameter of that molecule is d. Therefore its area is, okay, that molecules is a spherical in shape. Therefore what is the area of sphere? Area of sphere is pi r, that is pi into d square. Therefore area is pi into d square. Okay, area is pi into d square, and average velocity into dt. Then see the area of a sphere formula. From that, the area of that molecule is pi d square into average velocity into d. Let small n be the number of molecules per unit volume. Small n is equal to number of molecules per unit volume. Therefore number of molecules is equal to small n into volume. Okay, therefore number of molecules okay, or the number of molecules divided by delta T is equal to number of molecules into delta T is equal to NV divided by dt. Okay, then this is the number of molecules per unit time. Okay, therefore number of molecules per unit time. Okay, the number of, we know that small n, let we have considered that small n is the number of molecules per unit volume. Small n is equal to number of molecules divided by volume. Therefore number of molecules is equal to this small n into volume. Therefore number of molecules per unit time, that is number of molecules per unit time, n divided by dt is equal to right hand side, in both the side we have divided by dt, n divided by dt is equal to nv divided by dt. Okay, then this is equal to n into what is the v, volume. Volume is equal to pi d square into average velocity into dt. Okay, therefore n into what is the volume, pi d square into average velocity into dt. Okay, divided by dt. Now this dt cancel, then n divided by dt is equal to n into pi d square into average velocity. Therefore this is the number of molecules per unit time. Therefore number of molecules per unit time is equal to n into pi into d square into average velocity. Therefore the time taken between the two successive collisions. Okay, these are the number of molecules per unit time. Therefore the time taken between the two successive collision okay, the time taken between the two successive collision, that is t is equal to 1 divided by n divided by dt. Okay, means this is the dt. Okay, therefore the time taken between the two successive collision. Okay, now this is the number of molecules per unit time. Therefore time taken between the two successive collision means reciprocal of this. Therefore this is the 1 divided by n pi d square into average velocity. Now this is the time taken between the two successive collision is 1 divided by n pi into d square into average velocity. Now this is the time taken between two successive collision. Now the average distance traveled before the collision. Now the average distance traveled before the collision, that is L, is called as mean free path. Okay, and it is given by the average distance L, which is equal to average velocity into, that is the time taken between the two successive collision. Therefore average velocity into time taken between two successive collision. Therefore the average distance traveled before the collision is called as mean free path and is given by average distance L. Okay, average distance traveled before the collision means mean free path, which is equal to average distance into time taken for one collision, means time taken before the collision. Okay, therefore L is equal to average velocity into tau. Therefore average velocity v, okay, into that time taken between the two successive collision is 1 divided by n pi d square into average velocity. Okay, into 1 divided by n pi d into average velocity. Okay, n pi d square into average velocity, n pi d square into average velocity. Now this average velocity cancel. Therefore mean free path L is equal to 1 divided by n pi d square. Now this is the mean free path. Okay, now this is the mean free path. L is equal to 1 divided by n pi d square. But in this case we have to consider that other molecules remains at rest. Okay, means we have only considered that this molecule is moving and other molecules remains at rest, but actually all molecules are moving. Therefore the motion is relative motion. Hence the average velocity will be replaced by V r. Okay, means replaced by, hence average velocity will be replaced by the relative velocity. Okay, therefore for that purpose the mean free path L is equal to 1 divided by under root 2 n pi d square. Means we are taking here under root terms, 1 by under root 2 terms for that is relative motion. For in place of relative motions we have to replace it by, means we have to multiply it by 1 by root 2. Why we have to multiply by 1 by root 2? Means in that case the motion is a relative motions, and we have to consider here the motion is a only that molecules will be move, other molecules remains at a rest, but that motion is a relative motion, means all other particles is also motion. Therefore we have to multiply this equation with 1 by root 2. Therefore this equation gives the mean free path. Okay, now this equation gives mean free path. Therefore mean free path L is equal to 1 by under root 2 into n pi d square. Now this formula is very, very important for solving problems. Now this is the end of your syllabus.